looking at the draft, what type of draft would you say this is? What positions? I know running back. I've been impressed with the running backs. Seems like they got quite a few good running backs in the draft. What about if they were to look there for somebody to back up Brian Westbrook, especially when you see Ryan Moats really has been a bust?
This draft is deep at running back, like you said. It's deep at wide receiver, I think. I think there's a good value in the later rounds at wide receiver. I think there's a real good value at defensive end and also really good value at cornerback. So, but if you're looking at a running back to back up Brian Westbrook, I mean, they drafted Tony Hunt last year. So how high do you want to draft another running back?
That's a good point.
So if they go after another running back, I can see maybe 4th or 5th round, possibly a kid out of Toledo that I like, Jalen Parmalee out of Toledo, who is a big running back, 6'1", 240 pounds. So he'd be almost like a Tony Hunt. But they may want a scat back.
Yeah, I could see a scat back because you got a big back you just drafted last year in Tony Hunt. So if they're going to get anybody, they definitely probably will look for somebody speed-wise who's a good receiver, because that's the problem with Ryan Moats. He's a good running back, but not the receiver out of the backfield.
A kid they may look for is Kevin Smith out of University of Central Florida. Now, he's going to be a 3rd-round pick, and if you want to invest another draft pick and a 3rd-rounder and a running back again this year, I don't know. I don't know what their strategy is at that point.
Now, you know, one big point and one big area that I think the Eagles are going to try to address. Now, they could do it in that 1st round with Deshaun Jackson.
Right.
But if they don't do that, they've got to address the return game.
They have to.
They've got to have a punt, get a quality punt returner.
They have to.
Quality kick returner, but especially punt returner.
Right.
Who else could they get who might be a position player that's also outstanding in that area?
A lot of the return specialists in this draft is a wide receiver. And you got Dexter Jackson of Appalachian State, you got Kevin Robinson out of Utah State, and Darrell Blackman out of NC State. Darrell Blackman is a local kid. He's from Philadelphia.
Okay.
He went to school around here, but he went down to NC State to play college ball. And he's probably one of the premier return specialists in the game. Also, another kid to look out for is Tracey Porter out of Indiana, a cornerback. Now, he's going to be a 2nd-round draft pick. Now, if you want to get a combo corner and Tracey Porter, that he can also return kicks and punts, that's a possibility as well. But, you know, this draft isn't deep at the return specialist game. You can get, you know, there's a quality 4 or 5 guys, but it all depends on where you want to select them at.
So you figure the Eagles have to get one of those guys. I mean, they have got to address that area of their game.